I'm not going to speak for Turkey as a Greek means of defense. And I will not touch upon the issues you would expect me to touch upon. The casus belli, the Turco-Libyan memorandum, etc., etc. I will like to see Turkey through London's angle. I think everybody here would agree with me that Turkey maintains the warmest of relations with Moscow. It is a NATO member, but it has not imposed a single sanction on Russia. Exactly the opposite. Russian capital flows into the Turkish economy. Yet again, Turkey is regarded by many NATO capitals not as a difficult, special case partner, but as a vital partner in defense and security, which can be totally trusted. Well, I would propose a test to my friends in the United Kingdom. The basic question that I think needs to be answered is if the United Kingdom is sure that London and Ankara share the same viewpoint of the world, the same hopes, the same aspirations. So here's the test. We have artificial intelligence now. We could use it to produce two different photos of the world in 20 or 30 years' time. The world as London would like it to be in 20 or 30 years, and the world as Ankara would like it to be in 20 or 30 years. And please think how similar these two photos will be. Again, let us see. Cyprus, I think you know all about it. I will not spend more time on the unacceptable situation of a divided island, member of the European Union, with an occupied part by a third country. I would move south to the Middle East, Syria, Libya, Egypt, Sahel, Sub-Saharan Africa, Gaza, Lebanon. In Gaza, let us hope that the Trump plan could produce, finally, at least a lasting ceasefire, and hopefully, later on, a lasting peace. On Syria, we have another challenge there. Syria is calmer now, but not particularly democratic. The persecution of ethnic and religious groups, such as the Alawites, the Christians, the Druze, the clear survival of extremism, the very limited democratic experiment cannot allow us to think that Syria is on its way to normality. And I have to say the influence of third actors in Syria, and especially Turkey, could cause a great concern for us. There are rumors, for example, about a possible maritime delimitation between Syria and Turkey against international law and international law of the sea. That would create an additional problem in the region. From our side, Greece's side, what we're trying to do is help as much as we can Lebanon, and especially the Lebanese armed forces, because we believe that Lebanon could eventually become a success story, and that the Lebanese armed forces are the only functioning institution in the land. So we help them with material, we just send them armored vehicles, we send them helicopters, and we're trying to do our best to help them function in this country. Also, the UK has a few unique advantages: a clear geopolitical understanding, an ability through its navy to play a role in the Mediterranean, and if I may say, beyond the Mediterranean, and also a substantial defense security cluster and an ecosystem with important universities, as this one, which could enhance participation in the AI revolution and in the huge transformation of the armed forces. So it is evident to me that between our two nations can be lots of sectors in which cooperation could be of crucial importance. And may I say that in this changing world, no state, however powerful, can confront the challenges alone. And if I may go back to history, history is telling us one thing that the United Kingdom knows very well, that the Mediterranean is not a border, it's a bridge. That has been its historical role. A bridge for trade, but also a bridge for tension. And we, Greece and the United Kingdom, could work and should work together in making all our European friends and partners understand that basic reality. Safeguarding freedom of navigation, upholding principles of international law of the sea. These are subjects that we could see eye to eye. Well, I think I have taken lots of your time, but I would like to take 2 more minutes to explain to you what we're doing in the Greek Armed Forces under the title Agenda 2030. This is a total transformation of Greece's armed forces. By the Agenda 2030, we're changing everything in the Greek armed forces. Literally everything. But what is more important is that we're trying to change the culture. An army is not trained to ask questions. An army is trained to obey orders, right? But unfortunately, by just obeying orders, you cannot survive in the modern warfare environment. So we're trying to teach the Greek armed forces, except from obeying orders, to start asking questions. What do I mean by that? We have created, for the first time in our history, an innovation directorate within the armed forces. And that innovation directorate has the duty to collect the questions that all army units, all officers ask on what they would need to address the challenges of the future. This question passes from this innovation directorate to what Ambassador Chaousis mentioned before, the Hellenic Defense Innovation Center. The Greek initial is ELKAK. And this ELKAK takes the question and goes to the small ecosystem of Greek defense companies and also on the ecosystem of trusted allies and friends which would be willing to serve with us. Knowledge and know-how, instead of just trying to sell existing platform to us. In this particular case, with this particular question, the ecosystem came back with an answer. And the answer was a system. It's called Kendavros. Kendavros proved us right because it brought down 2 Houthi drones, which were trying to sink 2 commercial vessels. So now Kendavros will be employed first in all the ships of the Greek Navy and later on all the army units. So that is the kind of system we are trying to create. And I think we have lots to do together with the United Kingdom ecosystem, which is much bigger and much more mature, and with the universities of the United Kingdom towards addressing challenges of modern warfare. Because security is not only about pure military strength. And I believe that it is crucial that Greece and the United Kingdom expand their cooperation in research, in production, in technology. We need to be ready, and we need not to repeat the faults of the past. And if I could ask something the United Kingdom, I would ask them to look back to the legacy of their historic Prime Minister, David Lloyd George, towards the relation with Greece. Thank you so much.